Hello, my name is Manu Mitra and I will be the instructor for Rally. So Rally is a test management tool. So we'll learn, I'm like planning to give you access to for this too, and we can just maybe minimize it and we'll figure it out later how to show up. So okay, so this is the tool. Okay, guess what, I log out first. I try to log out and then see. Okay, so this is the URL and I will be giving you access for this for this Rally. So this is the cloud based. Okay, so what we are talking about is we are talking about the cloud test management tool. Okay, so this is not free, it's not free, but for practice purpose, I'm trying to get trying to get you an access, and you can use this access for the practice purposes. And just this is the URL, and this is what you get when you log in. And this is only for practice. No other use for this. I'm not giving anything for else, but you see, this is unauthorized usage is will be prosecuted by the law. So make sure you're just using for my practice, for what you you paid for something, right? When you're paying, so you need to get some knowledge. So for that reason I'm giving you access for this so that you can work on it. Okay, so let's sign in. So it's a Rally, it's a test management tool. It's actually has various, it's used by the tester, not just tester, can use by developers to Scrum Master. They have levels of the access levels actually. Now you have this access level. Testers have their testing access, and developer has his developer access, and Scrum Master. So we are working in Agile, so we are not talking about the more into Agile, but we are talking about the usage of this tool, the usage of the tool. Okay, these guys have changed a lot from, I've been using this from past long time, so I guess I can minimize this. It's not working. Okay, so this is the dashboard, where when you log in into, you see this is the dashboard, and you have a lot of options here. So we'll go through each and every option. So here we'll try to learn in today's class how to create an user story. First we'll try to create an user oh, by the way, Rally is from CA Technologies. CA Technologies, they have this Rally, and it's a cloud based. Okay, it's a cloud based. Not everyone have access for this. So if you are getting this access, that means it's a privilege. It's not a right. So make sure you don't misuse it. So that's the point. Okay, so here this is the dashboard. Here we go. This is my profile, and once you have this access, right, you have this dashboard. And this dashboard used to be good before, yeah, still okay now. Okay, here you can see, I think, guess what, I can change this. I want to move it here. Okay, I can delete this. I don't want to do that right now, but yeah, I can change my layout. So very good. So here is the layout. Let's see about layout a little bit. See this, if this goes good, or how this looks like. We'll just figure it out. So okay, so this is how it goes, and they're supposed to be here, but somehow everything is clogged into only one page. Too bad. Okay, now we'll change the layout again. Try to see this, how we can. So this is basically the layout, supposed to be this way. So this shows this. There are various layouts where it's supposed to. This means you're breaking the page into two. So hey, guess what? I know what I can. It's supposed to have drag and drop option. Let's find out. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I can drag and drop here, and this is I can drag and drop here. Supposed to be go here. It's kind of drag and drop. So very good. Now I can drag this too. So I just okay. So what I did is here. Just I was just dragging and dropping. Is yeah. This is what I wanted. So here's the thing. I don't want this one. The reason, because I don't want to know what are these. I already know it. Let's assume that you already know it. After, of course, you want to go to this and you want to understand it, but what I'll do here is this is kind of drag and drop, right? So what I'll do is I'll drag here, put it here. Let's see what happens. So it got changed. That's good, but I wanted test cases to drag up here. This cannot do this from here. This is what you move through. There's a problem. Okay, and so what I'll do here is so what I'm trying to see here. You know what? Guess what? I will put this. Okay. As let's see here. Let me do this. Okay. I'll just drag and drop here. This should be good. This is take some time, but I'll go up, and here, right? This is supposed to be right here. Very good. Okay, this is good. This is what I wanted. So what I did is just layout. This is we are just playing around with the layout thing, and I just don't want this, so I will not worry about it. And I'll just drag and drop this again to right up here and put it here. Alright, good. So what's happening is we are trying to just drag and drop all things. What are my test cases is right here. Technically what I wanted is my task, so I'll go here and just drag in here and see here. So actually somebody changed this one. This was previously, it was not. This is filter. Actually don't want this filter. I'll clear this filter and I'll go ahead and clear all, and this is good. It's supposed to be this. Okay, there should be a lot of test cases here, but never mind. These are my test cases. I can drag and drop anywhere I want it. This is my defect section. I can drag and drop too, as I like. So my task. So this is supposed to be, technically I wanted this to be here. So I can drag and drop here. But since this is empty. So guess what? I clear this. I don't want filters in this section. Just remove this filter. Okay, never mind. Technically what I want is, when I'm working, right, my task should be here. Why? The reason, because let's say your boss has given you some work, or your lead has given you some work. Your task, because this is the task, this will show up right here, and you can see. Sometimes they don't tell you that they have given you some work, right? In that case, what you want to do is this rally will be a good this dashboard. So we are in the dashboard. We are nowhere doing anything right now. We are just playing around to just see how to make use of this tool, okay, efficiently. We need to be very efficient. So that's the point here. So okay. So this is the task. You can see right here, this is the task. This is my defects. Okay, of course this defect should be always in my right side. This is my personal opinion. You don't have to take it yourself, but it's my opinion that defect should be in the right side, so I can see which other defects are open, which needs to be fixed, which are the result immediately, and all those things I need to see here. And I also want to see my test cases which are there. So technically my task should be here, but since there is no task, unfortunately for some reason task is not there, but it should be there because I've created a lot of tasks, but for some reason it's not showing up, so we'll not worry about just for now. So getting started, this is NI. I mean this getting started, I really don't want that anywhere. Block work, oh of course I want to see that block work as much as I can. So what I'll do here is I'll drag and drop. Oops, this didn't work here. We just drag and drop right here. So instead of that, we'll just should show. Okay, good. Now I can see which is blocked and why it is blocked. And if my boss asks me, I can see right here in this dashboard. And I don't want this grading. I don't want to delete it completely. You also don't want to delete it, so you can delete it. Here is the delete. That doesn't mean that it gets deleted, it doesn't show up in your dashboard. That's the point here. But I don't want to delete it. The reason it's okay, it's okay, it's fine. I'm not worried about it, but I don't want at the top of the page. What I want at the top of the page is what work is assigned to me, what are my test cases to work on. If I have already test cases of I'm sorry, the defects. Here it is this defects, but you can take whatever you want. If you want right hand side test cases, you can view it. And if I scroll down further, what are my test cases that I want to view, and what is my block work which is stopping my work to do, right? These are things what I need to see here. And again, if I want sorry, if I want to drag down further, I want also to see that incomplete stories and unassigned work and all those things. My notification, of course, very important. I want to see that in recent activity. Can I also drag down here? I'm not sure, but we can also see this, who have done this work and what's going on with this. And this is a custom dashboard. Wow, not seen from a long time. So this is a chart that is prepared automatically. So this is about the dashboard. We have done nothing so far. We are just trying to understand this dashboard. This is my gate icon. You see here this gate icon. You can change your own way of, I just change this layout from here, from this to here. And what I did is I dragged and dropped, as I do, just drag and drop this and see, because this, see, the point of this dashboard is to view the priority of your work, right? Let's say you have given, your boss has given some work and you need to prioritize your work. So it's up to you. You want to see the what work he has given to you, or you want to see this test cases, what test cases is there, what is this block. For me, what is important is my task. So if my boss gives me some work, let's say my boss has given some work and my boss never tells me that they have given work, it's not good. I mean, it's not like good or bad, it's like they don't tell you, or they just show up after a while saying, hey, what's up with that task, did you complete it? Now that's a problem, because you want to see that work right here. Okay, you don't want to miss any time or timeline or something, because your boss didn't told you is not a reason. So you cannot argue with your boss saying that you never told me. So it's not a good thing to do that. Alright, so you want to see what work has been allocated for you. So that's the reason, that's the foremost and the major reason for me. I mean, it's my opinion. It's my opinion. It's up to you. For you, it might be defects might be priority, or test cases might be priority. It's up to you. Unassigned task might be priority. Your boss may be concentrating on unassigned work, or recent activity might be priority for you. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. For me, my opinion is my task. I want to see this, what my boss has allocated task for me, and what I have to do with that. So that's the whole point. So that's the reason I've dragged my task all to here. So that's the whole point of this. So whole 15 minutes we were discussing about this dashboard. That's all, nothing else. So that is not very important, but it's still important if if you run around something around which you don't know or which you're blocked for some reason, it still will be helpful for you. So okay, so that was pretty much about dashboard. We'll not go any more further. If you want, no, I don't recommend you to change anything here because it changes everything. But when you're working, you can view here. Even if you want to change it, just get back to the screen and make sure you keep the screen there, so that when I'm explaining to another candidates or any other students, this will be a perfect layout for them for their understanding. Okay, so that was pretty much about dashboard. Okay, this is dashboard. So whenever I log in, let's say I signed out. Let's take it again, and I signed out. And when it saves, technically it saves. It's supposed to save. I'm not sure. Let's find out. Oh yeah, it's saved. So it saves that dashboard, and shows all your issues here, and you can see here various based on your priority. It's up to you. I'm not saying that this should be here. It is my priority. For you, the priority might be completely different. For you, defects might be priority. So you might drag and drop here and see the defects first. No, I want to see defects. Yes, of course. Even that's important. So alright, so let's go to here. Now once you have access to this Rally, in this class, this is the first lecture of Rally, and what we will be discussing here is how to create a user story. And so user story, what is exactly a user story? User story is a requirement. So in Agile, so if we are in the Agile, let's say we are in the Agile environment, right? I'm not going into details of Agile, Scrum Master, day-to-day backlogs and all those things. We'll not go detail because this is not the appropriate class for this. This is for you to understand the usage of this tool. Okay, alright, so we'll not go in detail. So if you want to go, there's another class for my QA quality assurance class, which you may find in it, in that forward links where you can see that, and you can, if you want, you can view that one. So alright, so let's go to the point here. So before going actually to, you want to know which project you're working on. First, when you go into the project, right, when you go into job, when you're working here, whenever you're working, you want to know which project you're working on. That's a very good question. So you want to know which project you're working. Enough of this dashboard thing. So what you want to do is go ahead and click on this option, and this shows options of what. If you have access only, you can view these projects. Let's say I have this testing team, developer team, pre-production team, and production team. Well, normally you may not have all this at these places. This is, I created this, so that's the reason this shows up. So okay, now they can have this child projects too. For now, we'll not discuss about those child projects, but here you want to see which project you're. If you don't have access, you completely cannot view this projects. Trust me, you cannot view this. If the Rally admin have not given you access, you cannot view it. So let's see this second project. Hopefully I have task in this. Okay, no, this doesn't have task. Okay, never mind. So we'll go back to our first project. So let's say I know which project I'm working on. This is the project, and if you don't have access, make sure you get the access. Whom do you get? You need to check with your lead and see that, you talk to your lead, and you ask them that I don't have access for this. which project I'm working on. This is my project, and then once you get access, this is how it looks like. Okay. Okay. Now, once you get this access, this is the home actually. So, oh well, people have actually designed their own custom. Uh, Guess what? Actually, this is not really required here, but people have designed this very good. They have designed their own this thing. So, okay. You can also have your own, but this is based on this access level. So if you don't have access, we will just remove this one actually. So okay, now what I'm going to do here is we are going to create an user story right now. What we will be doing here, go to this plan. You have this 3-4 options: plan, track. So plan is, you have this backlog, user stories, time boxes. Okay, we'll not go each and everything, but we'll find out a few of those. And track, if you have any, this is more for a lead point of view, but you can also view this in track, this iteration, what's going on. Quality, let's say you have this defects, you want to search defects, you can go ahead and click on this defects. And the reports, burn up chart, burn down chart, and all those you will find out here. So we'll go one by one. In today's, maybe will be 5 to 6 classes, 1 hour each. Probably I'm looking like 5 classes or max 6 classes. Let's see how it goes. So now what I want to go do here is click on plan and go ahead, and you can go to backlog too. We'll see backlog here. You can design your own backlog here. Let's see if someone has created some backlog. Yeah. No. So these. So we will not discuss about these backlogs. Backlogs are. It's a very high level requirement. It's a user story. Of course, you see this user story. It's user story. There is also defect here, so we'll not worry about this at this point of time. You can also see here, you can also filter this if you want particular user story, or if you know what is what backlogs it's there for you to see this, but we'll not worry about this backlogs for now. Alright, so let's see here. We'll go to user stories, and here you go. Oh, there's a lot here. Okay, it's a lot to talk about here, but I'll just go here. So this, if you see here, there's a lot of user stories, right from user story number 1. Alright, so this user interface is pretty new, so I can go ahead and create a new user story. You see here, if I have a user story, or I can export to CSV, or I can export to XML. All these user stories will get exported. At this point of time I don't require it, so but we'll try to see this. Okay, now this has this option rank, where ID, this is ID. US means user story. Okay, the number shows 149, 150 and all those, and the name, this is the name. If there is the release for everything, then this will get updated. And if there is an iteration in the sense, if you have this thing which you have to do with different data, let's say you're working with 3 to 4 you have this this iteration thing fits well for automation. When you run for various data, various customer, let's say you have hundreds of customers, you're running the same script for 100 different customers. That means 100 iterations, right? That thing fits well for automation actually. So more of an automation thing, but still you can have iteration too. And the state, alright, so here you have this option of state defined. Whenever you create a user story, it should be always in progress, not unless it's a future project or something. And then you want to change it to in progress. Once it is in progress, Completed is something which is which is so this is when testing is done. That means once you create a user story, it has to be developed first by the developer. I'm sorry, first it has to be brainstorming. You have to do a lot of brainstorming, and the architect guys works on it. Okay, this is the structure, this is how it should move along, these are databases we'll be using it, this is the front end application, this is the back end, and all this brainstorming work will be done when it is in progress. And then once they figure it out what to do with that, they develop the application. Here in this scenario, I will take a simple application, web application, GMO Online, and explain you how this works. But in real time, it's far more complex. So don't take it. So this is a tutorial. This is a basic level tutorial. It just sounds very easy, or it's kind of it looks very easy, but it's really not that simple. When you go to the project, you might not have access to all of this. Okay, so once it's in progress, you do this. Architect level guys does the work, developer does the work, testers, once they complete this testing, this business analyst, who is a product owner, changes the status of this user story to completed. And now the boss of BA, so that is product owner, will say if it's accepted or rejected. So it's up to them. So they will, there are a lot of teams who will be working on. So these are the states. D is defined, P is in progress, C is completed, A means accepted. So alright, so here we have this plan estimation. This whole project is planned for 746 hours. So this is based on hours. Normally it's in hours. This is P is point. Oh, I'm sorry. This is points, and this H is hours, and this 629 hours, and to do more is 551 hours. Okay, this is to do. And who is the owner? So here everyone is my name, but the owner will be actually different every time. So different application, different owner. Okay, let's go here pretty quick here. You can create a child story, so that's what we are going to do here. Let's guess what we'll create one. We have some time here. We have 30 minutes more, so we can do that. You can edit this. You can edit it, and then you can copy this if you want. You can copy it, but just make it good. You don't want to look like unprofessional. You want to see this as a little bit professional when you're copying. Remove those bracket thing and all those when you're copying it. Okay, so if you see this plus icon, that means this is the main user story. Okay, you cannot write test cases for this. There is a child user story, so let's click on that. Let's see what happens. If you see here, there are plenty of child user stories. So these are the child user stories. Okay, now what I'll do here is, guess what, I will create an user story. Okay, now the way I can create is the multiple ways. I can copy this and paste. Okay, I can do that. But I can go ahead and create here new user story, but I'm not exactly sure it gets a new user story, but I want a child user story right here. I can go ahead and create a new user story, no big deal, but I want here to be a child because this is a part of the project. That means why there is the reason of having this parent and child options is, let's say you are developing a page. You know what, guess what, I will show you demo.portland. Let's say you want to develop this application. So this is an application, but this application is pretty complex. This is not just one page. You have to go this is another page. After this you have one more thing that you go into this. This is another page. So you have a lot of work, right? That's the reason you need this child user stories. And sorry. So that's the reason you need this child. Okay, so what I'll do here is you can create child of child. If this is a child, I can create this child user stories to this child user story. So I don't want that. So right now I will create a child user story for this, that is user story 149. Let's see, and I'll go ahead and click here. Let's see what happens. Alright, these guys are changing new. These guys keep changing. This is like third time, fourth time this guys keep changing. Okay, thank you. I don't read it. So oh, they have templates, great. Okay, now what I'll do here is very good. Now I'll create a child user story, which is will be, if you see here, this is my parent, if you see here, right? And who is the owner? Of course the product owner is the owner. Normally, yeah, normally it's a product owner, unless it is created by product owner's boss or something, you know, it will be different. Otherwise it's a you who will be the responsible guy for this. So what I'll do here is GMO online. I'm sorry, you know what, we'll just have a glance on, you know, on this GMO online project. So we'll just put GMO online in the, you know, in now we'll just put as Udemy, Gym Online, Udemy, development and testing. Okay, all right. Now I have various options here, plenty of options here. I can go ahead and create right away, right now. But before doing that, okay, I'll just put here my name, so that because since we don't have license for this and I'm doing this, we have only one user license. That's the reason who created this will be, you know, we'll show you. Okay, now, alright, now what we'll do here is there's a lot of options. If you see here, again we have seen this is a defined, so we'll go ahead and put into progress. Unless it is a future user story which you don't want to release at this point of time, then you can go ahead and you know, put in defined. Okay, but for now I'll just put in progress. That means it's ready to undertake. That means GMO is ready and we want to start development. Of course, development means this application is not developed yet, but that's what it is. It should be developed, and I'll go ahead and click on ready. And let's say this will, you know, for time being we'll just assume as some simple words like 10 hours or let's 10 hours is too less. Okay, we will just put as 20 hours. That means you have to spend 20 hours on this too. And this is blank, we cannot edit this. You see that this is the color doesn't matter unless you want color, you can do that. Right, now let's see here. Okay, great. Now let's write this description here. The description is important here. So what I'll do here is I will as a business analyst, let's say I'm taking it as a business analyst, right? So what I'll do is I'll just put this development for project GMO online project. Okay, okay, guess what, I'll just change this as, I mean I like blue color, so I'll just change it to blue color. It's up to you. I mean this it's nothing to do, it's just a normal thing. I like this blue color. I want to change this to blue color. These guys have some templates, you know, I know if you use that, but okay. Now this is very little information. See, if you have these options, lot of options, but this is disabled because you cannot move through it until and unless you create a user story. Does it make sense? You cannot move to all this until you create a user story. So we'll create a user story here. So now this doesn't end up here. So what I'm trying to show here, I want to give some screenshots. Okay, we'll just show this developer guys that how does that develop test cases from GMO Online. So it's like saying, okay, I want this application, but how does it looks like? You know, you have some idea, right? What I'll do is take a screenshot. I'll just take a screenshot and I'll go to that was pretty quick. Go here, and what I'll do here is I just want to select only what is required. So this is my GMO Online, and alright, this is what I want to show up. So go ahead and paste this, and guess what? You know what? I can just copy this and paste it here. Does it work? No. So what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and save here, and as a GMO Online, just save it here and see this. Okay, and I'll close this. Now what I'll do here is I can insert an image right in the description. So let's do that. Okay, go ahead and see here, which I am created right now. What is the name of this? So, okay, GMO Online, right? Okay, here you go. And here you go. So what I have done is I have created a user story, and we have not created yet. We are not done yet. I have just given some name, that is GMO Online Udemy. We just want to. Whoop, I screwed up. Okay. Alright. Some problems. Keeps moving it. Alright. GMO Online. This is a project name, and what is this? We'll just put it. I'll just put it here in brackets. I hope this accepts it. Sometimes it doesn't accept. I don't think the stars it accepts, so we'll not use the stars because I don't think it's accept. It used to accept before, but not recently. It stopped accepting, so we'll just put it as this way. So what we are doing is GMO Online Udemy development and testing. So we want to do here, and this is they don't give lot of information here, but I am giving here for testers. Please prepare test cases and make sure. I mean, this is not required. They don't give this much of information because they don't see all this. So what we'll do here is for make sure application is good for production. So we'll do it here. Even developers have their own test cases, unit test cases they will be preparing. So for developers and testers, please prepare test cases and make sure application is ready and good for production. Now there is something called also regression testing, where regression testing will be done here. So this is the information. This is very little information I'm giving you, but in real time there might be only information, no screenshot. I'm giving you a screenshot for the ease of convenience. That means that shows the application should look like this. Okay, why the screenshot? That means that you are developing this application, contains 3 buttons here, copyright information, this image right hand side, this URL, all these things, right? So That's what the screenshot is all about, showing you that the page should look like that. Great. Now release, if you know the release, they're putting here which iteration. Expedite, no, we are not in hurry, so we don't expedite. This attachment already got added here, so last wording, this is not useful for business analyst. And tags, of course, tags. What I'll do here, some people have already created tags, so we'll just see here. I'll use some of this GMO and 2 tags we'll be using here, and good, and that's good. You don't really require tags, but the tags is for whenever you want to search. Let's say you're doing in project where tag, you want to search a project, then you want to put it as a tag, right? So that's the reason you want this. Now, if you're clear with this, description. So you want to write as a product owner. If you're going as if you're a product owner or a business analyst. So difference between the product owner and business analyst. In waterfall methodology, you call as business analyst, and in agile, you call as a product owner. So that's the difference. All right. So what we'll do here is, and we'll go ahead. We can use this format, views, changes. I'll just show you in a. Just give me a moment. The reason, because I don't want to screw up. We'll just go ahead and create for now. Let's see how does this look like. And I've just created a child user story, and yeah. Now if you see, all this options shows up. Now this is all disabled, remember, and right now I'll just go ahead and click on done. Now where is it? All right. So this I want to organize here, so we'll just drag it here and put it right here. All right, good. So this is my user story 198. That's good. I've changed to plan. Okay, and I can edit this from here, or I can click here and do edit. It's up to you. How do you want to do? By the way, you can drag here and there up to you, but we don't want to do that. So this place is good. So this is like GM Online, Udemy, development and testing. So we added estimation. We didn't add this, how much time it will take. You have to add that too. Remember, it was that field was disabled, but let's find out. I'll go ahead and click on edit. Let's find out if this is, I can edit this. Can I still edit it? Okay, good. So we don't, let's not worry about it. So that gets updated once you get these things. Now we will go to this in detail, this tab, in the next class. We are running out of time, so we'll just we'll just have some. So this is how, okay, you have this nodes. So nodes is used for, let's say so this is going to the next release. Let's say product owner wants to say developers, as per the conversation with developers, this is going to, you can write this nodes. This user story is in this sprint, and this is what you can write in the notes, or it's up to I like this color, so I use this one. So what I'll do here is so we'll put this date. What is this date? March 21st. So the way I write it here, the reason because the date doesn't show up, so we want to put this. So this is the notes. As per the conversation with as per conversation with the team, this user story, this user story actually is supposed to go in this sprint. So this I think this is automatically saved. Oh, I'm sorry, you have to save this actually. When you click on done, it's supposed to save this. Great. I guess it's saved it. You can go ahead and click on this back again to edit, see this if there is any other things to be done. Yeah, my notes is still there. You know what, I actually use this as a red color actually. You don't have to, it's not necessary, but it's for it's to catch the attention that that this is important and you want to go ahead and read this. So this is a note section, and cannot save this, that's a problem. Okay, I'll just click here done, and we'll go back again here. Okay, now what we're going to see here, okay, so these are various tasks, so we will go this task a little later. Here you have this option to change the view. If you don't like this view, let's say you don't like this view, somebody said this in one of the class, I don't like this view. Okay, great, then change the view. Do you like this one? It's up to the user how they like it. This is a little bit, for me, it's a little bit hard to comprehend this one, so I'll go with this view. But it's up to you. It's completely up to you. If you like this view, go ahead. No one is stopping you to change the views, because once you get the access for this rally, it's up to you how do you use it. This is the user story, this is what you want to see it, so it's up to you how do you want it. But I'll not go there because I'm comfortable with the view of this one. So, and this, if you don't know, maybe you can get help. That is the question mark. That's the reason you have this documents. This documents, yeah, this documents. You can go ahead and use this document. See this how it's supposed to be done. Now let's go to one tab here. This task I'll talk about in the next class. They're like, and now there will be like more 3 classes for task, test cases, and the defects. 3 classes, and this will be the 4th one. 5th class will be in the report. So probably we will be having these 5 classes. Let's see if we have the 6th class too, but I don't think it's goes beyond 6 classes. Okay, because it's kind of introduction for you. So okay, now what we'll do here is okay, sorry about that. Here what we'll do here is we have seen this view. We'll just go to this revision tab pretty quick. So let's see what's happening in this revision tab. Now whenever you create this is kind of version, right? Whenever you create a user story or you make any changes to that user story, or you change, as a matter of fact, not this user story, for this user story these are all linked to each other. This task, test cases, defects, discussion, charts, it's all are linked to each other. It's interlinked. So whenever you make changes, whole world knows what change you have made, right? I mean to say whole team, your team, whoever is working on this project knows by this revision. So if you delete something or change something, your name shows up, who deleted this. So be careful with this. Okay, so this rank here was 0, started original revision at this time, and once it's done, you have this, I have attached, of course, and I've added rank, and I moved down, moved up. You remember we have done all this. That's what is showing up. So this revision is actually shows up your history. So this is actually the history for your not just user story. Of course this is the user story, but whatever you do, even if you create tasks, all it shows up here. If you create test cases, it shows up here. Defects shows up here. So whatever you do, it just shows up right here. Okay, so so make sure you don't mess up with any other things, because here this is only one, but there are multiple authors. So when there are multiple authors, then it shows up their name. Okay, so that's about the revision section. So this task, we'll go to this actually next class, so because we have already consumed a lot of time. Discussion, let's check a little bit. Discussions kind of thing is something kind of a note section. You have this notes, right? But this discussion is kind of extension of that. If you want to discuss about this user story, it's better not to use it. It's better to it's better to go and talk to that particular person and talk to them about it if you're worried about some particular thing or something. But if otherwise, you can use the discussion. The discussion is not very helpful in some cases. So in most of the cases, you want to talk to the person and see how it gets resolved, or how your situation changes. I mean, you want something from this user story. Let's say you didn't understood something, that's the reason you want to discuss on that. But it's so much better when you go into talk in person, or talk to the lead, or it's way more better than here putting here. No, normally nobody cares about these questions. So all right, so okay, so here we'll learn one more thing here. The point is you know what, you can change this project. Let's say you created in wrong project, you can change the project too. You can go ahead and click on, I don't know, developer, different project. You can change it. This is the project where you can change. You can change the parent too. This is a child. You can change it. If you change it here, and if you know which parent does it belong, you can go ahead and click here. Or if you know the ID, US, I don't know, like US 100 something. Do we even have that? Yeah, we don't have US 100. So but otherwise, if you have this with projects, we can also filter with that. So you can change this parent to parent of this user story. So this is a child user story. Okay. And okay, one more thing here to discuss about. This is block option. We have these two options here. If it is ready, you check mark this green color. If it's not ready, it's black and white, otherwise it's green. If it's blocked, then you need to give some a very good solid reason here, so why it is blocked. And not everyone can block user stories. You might not even have access to block user story, or maybe you can as a tester. If you are as a tester, I'm thinking as a tester, but if you are a developer, I don't know, you may not even have access. When you have access, you have to give some really good reason to block it. And blocking is not just like that. You have to have meeting with that. Only then, when your boss, scrum master, development team, testing team, architect team agrees with that, only then you do this. Otherwise, if you're blocking it and in doing that, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. You know, you're not supposed to block anything unless it's, oops, it should be ready. Okay, unless everyone. So make sure before you're doing this kind of thing, everyone are in the same page. Otherwise, this will create a lot of confusion, and that will end up in lot of stressful decisions, and a lot of, there will be a lot of judging on to this. So you don't want to do that unless you need to talk if something is not working. You don't want to block this, and if you're blocking it and giving some reason which is not appropriate, is not the one. You need to have meetings. You need to, everyone has to be in same page. If you're a product owner, let's say you're a product owner, you have created a user story, right? Then the development team, the testers, your boss should all supposed to be in the same page to understand this, why it is blocked. So that's so important thing, and that's pretty much for this user story. We'll talk about this task and test cases, these two tabs, in the next class. I hope you like this session. Okay, and I hope you understood. If you don't understood, it's okay. You have this access. You can go ahead and see this, or you can reach out to me anytime. I guess you have this email ID when you sign up for this, so you can reach out to me and we can discuss on this. Okay, we can schedule some meeting or something, we can do that. So I hope you like this class, and thanks for watching. We'll stop here and we'll go to the next class. Thanks for watching.